Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into AI agents.
Oh, yeah.
They're everywhere right now.
Absolutely.
All over the headlines.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of confusion, I think, about what they can actually do.
Yeah, a lot of hype out there.
Yeah, so we're going to try to cut through all that hype and really get to the bottom of what AI agents are all about and how they work and all that good stuff.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. So we're going to be using this great article called 5 Myths About AI Agents to sort of guide us through all this.
I like it. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's a great article. So I guess to kind of kick things off,
Yeah.
we should probably start by talking about what makes AI agents different from just your average chatbot.
Yeah, that's a great place to start. I think there's this perception sometimes that AI agents are just like glorified chatbots.
Right.
But they're really not. I mean, they're capable of so much more.
Yeah, so what is it that, what's the fundamental difference there? What makes an AI agent different from a chatbot?
So think of it this way. A chatbot is like a vending machine.
Okay.
You put in your money, you press a button, and you get a specific snack.
Right.
It's very rule-based, very limited.
Makes sense.
An AI agent is more like a personal shopper.
Ooh, I like that.
It can understand your needs, it can adapt to new information, it can even make decisions on your behalf.
That's cool. So we're not just talking about answering simple questions here?
No, not at all.
We're talking about actually taking actions and doing stuff.
Exactly. AI agents can manage complex workflows.
Wow.
They can optimize processes. They can even make strategic recommendations based on data analysis.
So it's not about replacing humans, it's more like augmenting our capabilities.
Precisely. It's about freeing up humans to focus on the things that we're really good at, like creativity, strategy, and building relationships.
So how do these AI agents become so intelligent? How do they learn to make these decisions?
Well, one of the key techniques is reinforcement learning.
Okay, I've heard of that, but I don't fully get it.
So imagine you're training a dog. You reward the dog when it does something good, right?
Right.
Reinforcement learning is kind of like that. The AI agent learns through trial and error. It gets rewarded for making good decisions and penalized for making bad ones.
Ah, so it's constantly learning and improving based on the feedback it receives.
Exactly. And over time, it becomes more and more sophisticated in its decision-making.
That's pretty amazing. So instead of just presenting us with a static report, an AI agent could actually take those insights and make changes in real time.
Exactly. It could adjust inventory levels, update marketing campaigns, even communicate with suppliers. The possibilities are really endless.
Wow. Now, I know some people might be a little freaked out by all this, right? AI taking control, making decisions. It sounds a bit like a sci-fi movie gone wrong.
Right. There's definitely that fear of the unknown.
Yeah, what if the AI goes rogue?
I understand those concerns. Pop culture hasn't exactly painted a rosy picture of AI.
Definitely not.
But the reality is that AI agents are tools. And like any tool, they can be used for good or for bad. It all depends on how they're designed and how they're controlled.
Okay, so how do we make sure these AI agents stay on the right track? How do we prevent them from going all Terminator on us?
That's where the reasoning engine comes in.
Reasoning engine. That sounds pretty intense.
It's actually quite simple. The reasoning engine is basically the AI agent's internal control system. It's what allows the agent to understand the user's intent,
Okay.
evaluate potential actions, and make sure that it stays within predefined boundaries.
So it's like a set of rules that keeps the AI agent in check.
Exactly. And these boundaries are set by the organization and the user.
Okay, so there's still human oversight involved.
Absolutely. And here's another layer of safety. If a task falls outside those predetermined boundaries, the reasoning engine flags it for human review.
Ah, so there's always a human in the loop for critical decisions.
Exactly. It's all about finding that balance between AI autonomy and human oversight.
That makes me feel a lot better. So we have these AI agents, they have their reasoning engines, they're learning and adapting. But how do we make sure they're making decisions based on good, solid information?
That's a great question. And that's where things like retrieval augmented generation, RAG, and semantic search come in.
Okay, those sound like pretty fancy terms.
They are, but the concepts are pretty straightforward.
Break it down for me.
Imagine RAG as a superpowered research assistant for your AI agent.
Okay.
It helps the agent find the most relevant information from a vast database to generate accurate and contextually appropriate responses.
So it's like giving the AI agent access to a huge library of information.
Exactly. And semantic search is like a smart librarian.
I like that analogy.
It can understand the meaning behind a search query and retrieve the most relevant data, even if the words used in the query aren't an exact match.
So it's not just about having a lot of data, it's about being able to find the right data at the right time.
Precisely. It's about providing the AI agent with the context it needs to make informed decisions.
Makes sense. So building these AI agents with all this fancy stuff like RAD and semantic search, it must be super complex and expensive, right? Is this technology only for big corporations with deep pockets?
That's a common misconception. The reality is that building AI agents is becoming increasingly accessible and affordable.
Really?
Yeah. thanks to advancements in generative AI and large language models.
So you're telling me I don't need a team of engineers and $1 million to build an AI agent?
Not anymore. There are now platforms and tools that allow you to build AI agents quickly and easily, even if you don't have a lot of technical expertise.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So how does that work? Like, do I need to learn how to code?
Not necessarily. There are low-code options available that allow you to build AI agents using visual interfaces and drag-and-drop tools.
So it's kind of like building with Lego blocks.
Exactly. You can assemble pre-built components and customize them to fit your specific needs.
That's awesome. But what about safety? Like, how do we make sure these custom-built AI agents are operating within appropriate boundaries?
That's a great question, and that's where Agent Builder comes in.
Agent Builder, what's that?
It's like a built-in safety expert for your AI agent.
Okay.
It analyzes your app metadata and suggests appropriate guardrails and limitations based on your description.
So it helps you build your AI agent the right way, with safety in mind.
Precisely. It ensures that the agent operates safely and effectively, staying within predefined boundaries.
That's a huge relief. It sounds like building AI agents is becoming much more accessible and user-friendly than I ever imagined.
It is, and that's a good thing. The more people who have access to this technology, the more we can unlock its potential to solve problems and make the world a better place.
I love that. So we've gone from debunking myths to exploring real-world applications to talking about the ethics of AI agents. This has been an incredibly insightful conversation so far.
Absolutely, and we're just getting started. There's so much more to explore in the world of AI agents. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Can't wait.
Before the break, we were talking about how building AI agents is becoming much easier and more affordable.
Yeah, way less intimidating than I thought. But now I'm wondering, what can I do with an AI agent? What are some real-world examples?
So many. AI agents are already making a big difference in customer service.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Think about it. They can handle those basic questions like, where's my order? Or how do I reset my password?
Right, all that stuff that takes up so much time.
Exactly. And that frees up human agents to deal with the more complex issues.
It's like having a 24/7 support team.
That's a good way to put it. And it's not just about answering questions. AI agents can analyze customer data, see patterns, and even personalize those interactions.
So it's not just about being efficient, it's about making those customer relationships even better.
Precisely. And then there's online shopping.
Okay,
The
yeah.
AI is changing that too.
How so?
Picture this. An AI agent that's like your personal shopping assistant.
Okay.
It knows your style. It recommends things you'll actually like. It might even haggle for you to get the best price.
Wait, an AI that can haggle. I need that.
It's pretty cool, these AI agents. They can be like detectives, you know?
Detectives.
Yeah, they look at what you've bought before, what you've been browsing online, maybe even your social media to figure out what you like.
So it's all personalized.
Exactly. And then they use all that info to find the best deals, alert you to sales, and make sure you're not overpaying.
That's amazing. Okay, so what about sales coaching? I've heard that AI agents can be really helpful there.
Definitely. This is a great example of how AI can really boost performance.
In what way?
Imagine an AI agent that listens to sales calls and analyzes them.
Okay.
It can pinpoint areas where the rep could improve, offer tips on how to handle objections, even provide feedback on their tone of voice.
Wow, so it's like having a virtual sales coach.
Exactly. And the best part is AI agents are always learning. They can track progress, see patterns, and personalize their coaching to each individual rep.
So it's not just like generic advice, it's really tailored to that specific person.
Precisely. Now, of course, we need to be realistic about AI agents.
Yeah, there are always potential downsides to any new technology.
Right? It's important to be aware of the risks and make sure we're using AI responsibly.
So what are some of the challenges we should be thinking about?
Well, data security and privacy are big ones.
For sure.
AI agents often work with sensitive information, so we need to have strong safeguards in place.
Right, like how do we make sure that data is protected and used ethically?
That's a crucial question. And then there's transparency and accountability.
Okay.
How can we be sure that AI agents are making fair decisions? How do we hold them responsible for their actions?
Yeah, especially when those actions have real-world consequences.
Exactly. These are things that we as a society need to figure out as AI becomes more and more integrated into our lives.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about the ethical implications too.
Absolutely. We need to be having these conversations now so we can create a future where AI is used for good.
I totally agree. This has been an eye-opening conversation. We've debunked myths, explored real-world applications, and talked about the ethics of AI agents.
I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of what's possible with this technology.
I know, right? It's mind-blowing. It feels like we've just scratched the surface here.
Yeah, there's so much more to explore. It's really just the beginning for AI agents.
I know, it's exciting. Okay, so before we wrap up, I have a fun question for you.
Okay, I like fun questions.
If you could have an AI agent do anything for you, like wave a magic wand, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think for me, it would be an AI agent that could help me manage my time better.
Oh, time management. Yeah, that's a struggle for everyone.
Right. Like, imagine an AI that could look at my schedule, prioritize my tasks, and maybe even automate some of those everyday things I have to do.
Yeah, and like remind you to take breaks and stuff.
Exactly. It would be like having a personal productivity coach.
I love that. I think mine would be like a culinary AI agent.
Ooh, tell me more.
It would like create amazing meals based on what I like to eat, what ingredients I have, and maybe even my dietary restrictions.
That's a great idea. No more stressing about what to cook for dinner.
Right. It's like AI taking care of all the things that take up so much time and energy.
And then we have more time to focus on the things that really matter.
Exactly. Spending time with loved ones, pursuing our passions, living our best lives.
I love it. It's like AI helping us unlock our full potential.
I think that's a great way to put it. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the technical side of AI agents to those real-world examples and even those ethical questions that we need to be thinking about.
It's been a fascinating conversation.
It really has. I hope our listeners are feeling as inspired as I am about the possibilities of AI agents.
Me too. It's such a rapidly evolving field, and who knows what the future holds.
I can't wait to see what amazing things people create with this technology. So to all our listeners out there, stay curious, keep exploring, and imagine the future you want to build with AI.
And thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI agents.
Until next time, keep diving deep.